the latest developments in that mysterious disappearance of journalist Jamal Khashoggi. He was last seen 2 weeks ago, October the 2nd, entering the Saudi Consulate in Istanbul. Here's a shot of the building this morning. The building now very much the focus of a joint investigation between Turkish and Saudi authorities. Forensic investigators searched it overnight for traces of toxic chemicals. Turkish authorities say as well they're going to search the Saudi consul's personal residence in Istanbul and some vehicles as well. The U.S. Secretary of State is in Saudi Arabia this morning, also looking for answers. That's Mike Pompeo, who has now met both with the king and his son, the Crown Prince. Lindsay Duncombe is in Washington with the very latest on those diplomatic sessions. Lindsay.
Well, certainly as the cameras were rolling and Mike Pompeo met with Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, there were lots of smiles, but the message that the State Department says it's delivering through the Secretary of State is one of concern. They want a timely and transparent investigation into what happened to Khashoggi inside the consulate. And these meetings are coming as there are all kinds of reports in the American media that Saudi Arabia is on the verge of delivering a statement. And this is something that's been reporting since late yesterday afternoon, that the Saudis were about to say that, yes, they had brought a team to the Turkish consulate, but the goal was an interrogation, and that Khashoggi did die there, but it was an interrogation gone wrong. And that is reportedly going to be a statement, if it comes, that aims to put the blame on lower level officials, not the Crown Prince, who is meeting right now with Mike Pompeo, not the king. And that line is sort of in line with what we heard from the president yesterday, Heather, when Donald Trump said that he had spoken to the king and that the king denied any knowledge or involvement in the disappearance. But the idea that that top level of royalty in the kingdom would not have known of such a botched operation is problematic, as is the fact that if the statement does come out, it has taken the Saudi kingdom 2 weeks before they were able to go from saying nothing happened to really owning up to what it says happened.
Yeah, and as you said, Donald Trump talking about the possibility of rogue killers yesterday in that press conference, in that briefing. So if there is a change in the story from the Saudis today, what kind of reaction will that elicit, Lindsay?
For many people watching this closely, many businesses, many countries, there will still be a lot of questions, and there will likely still be punishment of some kind for Saudi Arabia, because it really does change the idea of a crown prince that is there reforming, opening up with such a blatant human rights abuse, should that be the conclusion. And it is likely that the family would not accept that explanation of things. They put out a statement yesterday saying that they wanted an international and transparent investigation, and it would still cause a lot of problems for members of Congress here in the United States. And Congress has the power to block weapons deals by not passing them, or to impose sanctions. And certainly Marco Rubio, who is the Florida senator, a Republican, has said that sanctions are on the table. Here's more from Marco Rubio.
I can tell you that a separate branch of government that I belong to, the Senate, Congress, I believe will act in a bipartisan way. And this is going to alter the relationship between the United States and Saudi Arabia for the foreseeable future.
And it's complicated, Heather, because this relationship between Saudi Arabia and the Trump administration has been key to the Trump administration's Middle East policy for the past couple of years. So this rift is a crisis for that relationship.